was mad. Like, I used to see my mum getting pushed down the stairs, just being slapped in her face right in front of me. Obviously, I'm too young, so I can't do nothing. But mind you, my brother was about old enough at the time, 16. So he was wrestling, like fighting with my brother every day. And I believe that's why my brother went the wrong way, due to his home life. Out of the blue, this truck, bang, into us. I just remember the car just flipping around, like, it was uncontrollable. So I was just flipping, it wouldn't stop. And what's mad is I walked away broke my leg, broke my arm, and then my teammate that was driving was the one that was hardly touched. My friend at the back is the one that passed away. Been living in London all my life, and only twice I've been stopped in search, but the thing is happening every day. I was like, this is not normal. So that kind of put me off America. So yeah, obviously from London, stories growing up, it was just, yeah, man, just a lot of bad influences around me, especially from home life. Obviously, mum was got married to a man, was abusive. So I think from then it just stemmed, like, the bad influence, and I didn't know any better growing up. So yeah, that was just how it was growing up. And yeah, man, it was tough.
How about you, Dad? You mentioned your mom got married,
Yeah, so my dad went around. Didn't come into the picture till I was about 13. It was kind of too late. I didn't really care. I'm cool with my dad now, but it's not like, I don't really need him. So I needed him in the years where I was going through, things at home. And yeah, I kind of used to blame him because, like, he let a monster into the house, even though it weren't his fault, but he left before I was even born. So yeah, it was just, I don't have obviously no role models. So it was just to me to, like, basically to find myself, and kind of motivated me to which way I wanted to go down in life, innit?
So upon obviously recording this episode,
Yeah.
I've done a research into who you are, your story, and what is you do. And it was disturbing when you said you went through a lot of trials or tribulations from a very, very young age. And I think one of the mentions, obviously, the abusive parents. And obviously, was that from both sides, mother and father, stepfather?
No, so it was just from the stepfather.
And how did that make you feel, a man coming into your home?
It was mad. Like, I used to see my mum getting pushed down the stairs, just being slapped in her face right in front of me. Obviously, I'm too young, so I can't do nothing. But mind you, my brother was about old enough at the time, 16. So he was wrestling, like, fighting with my brother every day. And I believe that's why my brother went the wrong way, due to his home life.
How you mean?
So obviously my brother went prison for a robbery. He's in jail for a long time, like most of my childhood. And I just feel like it was built up anger. Because before, my brother was just calm, like he was doing well. And then when this man came into the picture, he just literally just turned a savage, hanging around with the wrong people. So yeah, that was my brother's story. And then to this day, he's still just a savage. And I think for me, I didn't want my mum to see two of her sons either dead or in jail. So for me, a lot was on me to make it out and be an example that where your situation don't have to determine where you go in life. You get what I'm trying to say? So for me, it was hard, but I didn't want to see my mum struggle. She struggled enough. So I just wanted to be different than the rest. A lot of, like, I was looking at the stats the other day, like, a lot of people that are in jail are from broken homes, about 90% of black males. So yeah, that wasn't gonna be me. It's gonna be different.
So just thinking about that now, obviously, you're much older than you are. 25, right?
25, yeah.
How would you, basically, someone who's probably in the same situation, who's watching this podcast, what message would you give to someone younger who's probably at a broken home, probably going through the abusiveness at home? What would you say to them to help them remove that situation?
I think there's pain in your purpose. There's pain in your purpose. So what I mean by that is basically you go through things for a reason. And you might not, at the time you're thinking like, why am I going through this? But it's to better you, if you get what I'm trying to say. So at the time I was thinking, why am I going through this? Why is God doing this to me? But now that I'm older, I can see why. I'm able to tell my story and to help many other young people. So I feel like it's just holding on. It's hard, like it's very hard. I work with many young people that are going through the same thing.
That's what I was also thinking.
And for them, they're vaping, smoking weed. You know how it is for the youth nowadays. And I feel like for me, my distraction was football. I feel like that saved my life, if I'm being honest. Like, if I had nothing to do, I probably would have gone down the wrong road. But I feel like having like a curriculum me a lot, because it took my mind off the home life. So what I say to the youth nowadays is find something you love to do, like to distract you from what's going on at home or whatever you're going through. And I feel it's hard because there's not much to do nowadays for the youth. So they tend to drink or smoke or get up to no good. So for me now, it's about creating opportunities for young people to really help them in their whatever situation they're going through in life. So yeah.
Just a quick one.
Yeah.
You said he was abusive.
Yeah.
Did he ever hit you?
Yeah. So
how old were you?
I was about 7 at the time. Basically he was controlling. So I couldn't drink. I had to finish my food to drink. So in other words, how should I explain? So yeah, I used to make me food, but I used to have a drink because you can't finish your food. You can't drink until you finish your food. One day, I must have drank while I was eating, and literally just slapped me in my face. My nose was bleeding. He used to also beat my sister as well. And so that was just a norm for him, innit? He was just...
How long did that go on for?
My mum was married for a short time. It lasted a year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
it was a year of hell.
Yeah, a year of hell, man.
Flipping out.
No escape.
And then following on from there, obviously you said your brother turned to a savage, and you guys grew up, obviously, was it Tottenham, right?
So Harlesden.
And that's in London side.
Yeah, London, yeah.
Following on from there, where did things go? Because you mentioned, obviously, you was getting involved with gangs, your brother was doing stuff.
Yeah.
Go on, paint us a picture of what that was looking like.
So what it was looking like, so obviously my brother went jail, so I had no guidance now. So it was my sister, my older sister. She's 6 years older than me. So that's all I really had. Obviously, my mum was going through depression and all of that, as you can imagine. So she had 3 jobs. So it was just me and my sister in the house a lot. So what it looked like, of course, I was getting up to mischief because at the end of the day, it's my sister, it's not my mum. So I used to be going out late and stuff, doing things with my friends. Just cause, huh?
Things?
Friends.
No, you said doing things.
Oh yeah, doing things. So just going out, going to central London, doing dumb things like robbery, robbing bikes, just all of that type of stuff I was getting up to. And yeah, so that's really at that time of my life what I was getting up to.
Did you ever get arrested for any of that?
I didn't, which was mad because a lot of my friends, I remember we went on a bike robbery. There was about 20 of us, and most of them got arrested and I didn't. So I think from then I knew God was on my side. He's always been on my side. Yeah.
So following on from there, obviously you mentioned football was your distraction. Now between us guys, how good was you at football?
That was the guy, Brent.
He was the guy.
Brent now, our goalkeeper.
He was a goalkeeper?
Yeah.
I was going to say, what position?
I thought you were going to say winger or something.
Goalkeeper. So if you used to go to my area right now, everyone would tell you,
Swear down.
So he's a
I
baller,
should've-
baller.
Yeah, baller.
Yeah. I like to say.
Like, yeah.
Baller.
So you're saying you could actually take goal kicks? Cause I met a lot of goalkeepers that couldn't take goal kicks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So
And you're not one of them man who I know if it's 1-on-1 with the keeper, I know them. Our next man scoring. You actually make a save.
I was the guy.
So with the footballing attributes and everything,
Yeah.
where did that take you in life?
So yeah, it took me to the States, overseas. At the time, I was in academies and stuff growing up. It didn't work out. So my dream, literally growing up, was to be a goalkeeper. And then I wanted to also play in America as well, which I done.
Sick.
So yeah, that was a massive achievement.
Walk
I
us
felt
through that
like-
because that's a sick achievement. That's like the American dream.
American
dream.
Yeah.
I thought you was gonna do that, to be fair. But that's a story for another day.
So yeah, so when it happened, obviously I was at a college which has links to, there's football colleges.
Yeah.
And yeah, which is linked to America and stuff. So yeah, it was just a fast process. Obviously, I'm good at what I do. I had a lot of teams from America come down and watch me one game, and then I just got loads of offers on the table, and then I just chose one. And then yeah, from there, 4-year scholarship, full ride, which means don't pay for nothing, school's free, accommodation, so living the life innit.
Sick.
So don't have to worry about nothing. So
And then everything was covered. So
Yeah.
the experience in America, that sounds like it was the dream. But
yeah.
as you said, there was still a lot of stuff going
Stuff
on,
going
trials
on, yeah.
and tribulations. So ideally, what was it that gave you that first trial and tribulation in America?
For one, obviously, I was homesick. So obviously leaving my mum, single parent, leaving her was tough. And then obviously I just got used to it. And then from my first experience in America, I was in a house fire.
Flipping hell.
So 3rd-degree burns all over. The only place it didn't touch is my face. And from then, that's when...
Tell us the story about the...
Yeah, tell us that.
So I was on FaceTime to my wife now, my girl at the time, and like I was upstairs and I could smell smoke. So I've come down now, and long story short, I left the oil in the pan. Obviously, I've never cooked before, so it's just new to me. I've learned like everything by myself. And yeah, so it's probably been left there for a while. So as I've gone downstairs now, I can, it's like a mini fire. So obviously I don't know what to do, I'm panicking. So which I shouldn't have done, I've got water, and tried to figure it out. But as I've got the water, it's mad, it's gone up in the air. It's gone on me, literally, like fire on me. I'm screaming, shouting, like the whole neighborhood's come out. And this man literally saved my life, like come out, told me what to do. Basically I had to like roll on the floor. But by then you could see like my flesh was out. And then yeah, the ambulance came in no time. But yeah, I should have been dead. Like honestly, they said they don't know how I survived that. And yeah, from there I'll say that was when, yeah.
And telling that story now, how does that make you feel?
Upset because I wanted to finish my time in America. But to be fair, that weren't like the end all for me, but it took a lot of time to recover. It took basically a whole year to recover from my 3rd-degree burns. Even when I got back playing, obviously I'm a goalkeeper, my hand used to swell up, which I was like, yeah, it's looking long. And yeah, so it was like everything I've worked hard for just came like crashing down out of nowhere. And yeah, man, so it's emotional. But I feel like everything happens for a reason.
What age was he going through all of that?
So I was 19, 19.
Flipping hell.
19.
It's a lot to handle, especially by yourself as well.
Yeah.
And in the hospital by yourself.
Yeah. And they also said, like, if it got infected, they would have to amputate my hand because it's a 3rd-degree burn. So, yeah, obviously I was alone. Like, I spent a lot of the time in the hospital by myself. So, yeah, it's the darkest moments, I would say. Like, obviously, my childhood was dark, but that was,
The
I'm guessing they sent you back.
yeah.
They sent you back to the UK after that because.
No,
couldn't bear.
I stayed because my grandparents live in Florida.
Oh.
So I went to Florida for a few months. Obviously, yeah, they looked after me. I had also a family I met in St. Louis. Blessing that one of my good friends literally took me in. Used to clean my wounds every day and everything, man. So they looked after me. That family.
It's good you had like some real
Yeah.
family and supporters there.
Did anything else happen in America, or was that just
So
a
yeah.
major?
So once I recovered, so I recovered and everything. Then bang, like another incident, car crash. And what's crazy, I was at my grandparents so I got grandparents in New York and Florida. So my grandparents in New York. But you know when you have like a bad feeling that something's gonna happen? So I was gonna extend my time in New York, but I couldn't. I had to go back to St. Louis because that's when the season started. But I knew that day something felt off. So yeah, I got back now. One of my teammates picked me up. I was in the passenger seat, one of my teammates in the back. So there's 3 of us. Went to go get Chipotle. Out of the blue, this truck, bang, into us. I just remember the car just flipping around, like, it was uncontrollable. So I was just flipping. It wouldn't stop. And what's mad is I walked away with, broke my leg, broke my arm. And then my teammate that was driving was the one that was hardly touched. My friend at the back is the one that passed away.
Damn.
So, yeah, man.
Passed away on the scene?
Yeah.
Damn.
What the hell was going through your head?
Couldn't, like, it didn't seem real. Like, it just, yeah, because it just seemed mad. Like, I couldn't process it.
Like, what do you do in that first the fire and then?
I just remember because when I came, the car was on its side, so I just remember crawling out. But I had so much adrenaline. Obviously, I was walking on my leg, trying to get my teammate out of the car. And yeah, me and my other teammate was just trying to drag him out of the car. And then yeah, man, the scene, he weren't responding. My age as well, so he was 19 still. So all of that happened in the same year. The house fire and the car crash.
Did you when you was trying to get him out,
Yeah.
did you think he passed away, or was he just like knocked out?
Because we was fine, so we just thought like he was cool as well.
Yeah.
And that wasn't the case. So yeah, man, that's when deep depression, like, and I knew that my time in America was, it was just over. I just wanted to go back home. Now, I feel like everything I worked hard for was like just gone down the drain like this. So yeah,
That's insane.
That's insane.
yeah.
And all of this, like, with the dream of just play football.
Yeah. So
Did your mum ever come visit you while you was out there?
she actually didn't. She didn't. So when I was calling her, obviously when I spoke to her in the hospital, she was just bawling, like as you can imagine, a mum. And yeah, telling her she actually did. So she came Florida to my grandparents, and that's how I saw her. So yeah, she did. She did come out. yeah, so that was the American dream for me. Just gone like that.
The American nightmare.
Yeah, American nightmare, literally. So,
And
yeah.
then I think one of the things you mentioned as well, being in America, was
Oh, yeah.
being black
Yeah.
in America. So obviously we see it on TikTok. And all the other stuff. Black guy gets pulled over, hands on the dashboard and everything. Like, is it really, even for yourself, it was like that?
Yeah. Even for myself.
And you was like cooperating and everything. Like,
Yeah. And actually what saved me is the British accent.
Go on,
So
give us an
honestly,
incident.
So my teammate, we used to obviously drive to college, dark skin, from London as well. But he had a nice car, he had a Range Rover. Every single day, our college was 5 minutes away from our accommodation. Get pulled over, literally get stopped. We could see them from a while, like we could see them from a mile back. And we know what's gonna happen already. So my friend just used to just pull in because he just knew. And then they have the microphone, like, can you put your hand on the dashboard? Used to obviously cooperate. And yeah, obviously when we spoke now, they changed, like their tone of voice changed, because they was thinking like we was just black Americans. But being British, it's like you have some sort of clout in America. So yeah, that was happening every day. I've got even videos of me just like trying to see like what they're up to, innit? Because you can't trust them, as we know what's going on in America right now. And the thing is, it's happening every day, but it's just not being publicized anymore. And that was going on literally every single day in America, where you just feel like humiliated.
Yeah, how does that make you feel as like a black man?
As a black man, it's just
stripped and
especially when you're
come out the car.
Yeah, especially like we're just innocent people that's trying to do well in life, and you have no choice. Like if you do something dumb, it's gonna kill you. So it's like your rights are gone. And yeah, so that was tough as well, because been living in London all my life, and probably twice I've been stopped and searched, but the thing is happening every day. I was like, this is not normal. So that kind of put me off America a bit, especially as a black man. So yeah.
So that's really your American.
That was
experience.
really, yeah. I played actually a few games, but I spent most of my time in the hospital, I spent most of my time in the hospital, if I'm honest, in America, or just in my room. So that was my darkest times, man. So I was going through a lot out there.
Thank you for making it this far into the episode.
What we found is about 80% of you guys are not subscribed,
So be sure to like, comment, and subscribe.
because it does help us get bigger and better guests on.
Thank you. And now back to the episode. So was there never a positive experience in America?
Definitely. I feel like meeting my friends out there, so lifelong friends that I still keep in contact to this day, and the experience, man. Like, even though it didn't work out, I done it. Like, I said I was gonna do it, and I done it, which many people can't do, if you get what I mean. Like, not in position to do that. And yeah, just getting a 100% full scholarship was just a blessing. And yeah, man, but the experience was definitely good.
And then what would you say to like the other young ballers who obviously have, because I wanted to go to America to go play football. There's many others. What advice would you give to them?
I feel like do it. Don't procrastinate. I feel like a lot of the time, especially like sometimes our biggest enemy, if I'm honest, could be like your family or friends around you, putting you off your dream. And I feel like it's your story, and do it. Just do it, man, because you're young once. So I've got a son now. Even if he was to tell me I want to go to America, I'll do it, man. Because as I said, it's just it's your story, it's your life, and it's an amazing experience that you can't get back.
So where did the football career lead you to after America?
I finished, stopped playing.
It was done after.
Yeah, I stopped playing.
Because you
Retired.
Yeah, it was done.
it was done.
Yeah.
So you mentioned
I
what?
stopped
You
playing.
broke your leg as
Stopped
well
playing,
during the.
yeah.
So broke your leg as well.
Yeah.
Your arm.
My arm, and then the 3rd-degree burn.
And
wow.
like, was to you, what was that? Was that like a sign? It was just.
Yeah.
That was like, yo.
It just, it put me off. Like, yeah, I said, this is not worth it. Even though like, the injury didn't happen on the field. But on the whole, because I took so much time out playing football, that I just lost my passion for it.
Quick one. So, who paid for the hospital bill?
Good thing I had a, what's it called again? So I had, in my package came,
Like healthcare.
Like a
or
hospital
something?
cover.
yeah,
something.
cover. So it was 100% cover. If not, my bill would have came easily to like 200 grand.
Huh?
Mad.
I promise you.
And that's with everything in it. Yeah,
No, that's a great question because I was thinking, there ain't no NHS over there.
Yeah.
I was thinking that as well the whole time.
Yeah, it would
I ain't
easily
gonna lie.
come up to 200 grand. But I had everything covered.
Because obviously I've heard stories in America where men have like,
Yeah.
They need an ambulance, but they're like, yo, I don't want to pay for that because you have to pay for the ambulance to take you to the hospital. Bro. So they're
How
like,
much
nah,
is that,
forget
bro?
it.
Ideally, if you used to guess.
That's probably about 10 grand.
10.
Bro, it's mad.
Taxing you, man, on your death.
It's mad.
Man, I said, I've made my own way to the hospital.
I'll save myself 10 bags.
Hey, yo.
Man, I say, yo,
It's hard out
forget
there,
that, bro,
man.
yo.
It's hard.
Hey, save me 10 bags for
Hey,
you. Take me there.
and we complain, but it's hard out there, man.
Bro,
Mad, that's mad.
okay.
Yeah, so after America,
Yeah.
you came back.
Yep.
What was your first plan of action?
So I came back. Mind you, I still had my broken leg.
Flipping out.
So I had a broken leg. So
America just
yeah, so it was just about
America beat you
recovering.
up, bro.
But if I'm honest, when I came, I felt like a failure, man. Because I was supposed to do 4 years out there, only done 2. So I've come back to my ends now. I'm seeing the same faces, and where my mum lives is the hood. So it's like, obviously people are like, oh, you're back already. And I was just like, I don't even know what to do in my life anymore. If I'm honest, like so much things is going through my mind. Like, should I sell drugs or I don't know. I didn't finish my degree out there, so it was just like, what am I gonna do with my life? And then obviously I knew I was good at sports, so I went to go into a primary school to do sports coaching, and then from there, that's when my career definitely kicked on.
And obviously, following on from where you are now,
Yeah.
well, how was the first step getting into the youth work? Because since following on from America, I know it's still kind of past 4 years, 5 years? 6
Yeah.
years? You've done quite a lot in the community as well, and obviously giving back to the people.
Yeah.
So could you give us an insight into some of the stuff you've done to help the youth and also help yourself find purpose in that?
Yeah. So I run a youth club, which is in Church Road.
Jeez, there isn't many youth clubs these days, so
Nah.
big up to
Nah,
yourself.
facts,
Big up to
Most
yourself.
of them are gone. Yeah, that was my first point where I knew that I can get loads of youth. As you said, there's not many. So yeah, from there, running a youth club, and then I started working in schools as a behavior mentor. So dealing with kids that are going through things at school, at home. And then so from there, the youth club, every week, Tuesday and Thursdays, have about 50 kids in it. We provide them with hot foods, as you know, the time that we're living in now. Some of them don't even eat. So some of them literally come just to get hot food. And we provide them with quite a lot of things in terms of like clothing, taking them on residentials, so away from the area. Like, a lot of them haven't even been outside of London. So we're giving them that opportunity to go outside and just see that there's more to life than the area you're from, and that you can escape that the box that they've tried to put you in. And so
And what was the main reason you wanted to do that?
the main reason, obviously my childhood, there was youth clubs. There was definitely a lot more youth clubs, but in terms of positive black role models, there weren't really many. So I wanted to change the narrative and just give back something that I've never had and just pour into these kids, man, because that's what they need in the time that they're living in is just love. So to be able to give them that, I feel like I've already accomplished in life. So yeah, that was my main reason. And just to escape that home life, some of them are going through the same things that I've been through. So to be able to, go to a youth club, play games for like 3 hours or so, it's taking their mind, and to them, it means the world. And they'll look back when they're older and thinking, yeah, that's what saved me. If I'm doing the wrong thing. So.
Has there ever been like a situation where a kid comes to you and he's like, poured his heart out? And
just the other day, I had, a young man, and it was like, I look up to you so much. Like, before you came into my life, like, my life was looking at jail because his brothers are criminals, but he's like, I actually want to do something positive in my life. Like, I look at you as a positive role model that I've never had before. And for me, it's like, I always say, if I can save one, I've done my job. Like, so for me, like, I know I'm doing the right things to help in the next generation.
What's it like inside?
It's if you're not from the area, you might feel intimidated. You know what I mean by that? But you got a lot of youth with obviously bally's on, but that's all they know. And it's got a lot of girls, so it's about 80% of girls that come, 20% boys. So what it looks like, PlayStation room, we've got a studio, we have a hall, table tennis, car, we have a gym in there.
It's a studio and only 20% of guys.
Yeah, literally.
Make some music, man.
Guys, basketball court. So we have everything in there. For the young people, we have also catering kitchen, cooking lessons and stuff. So yeah, man, we try to provide them with a lot of things, and we ask them, we like, what do you like to do? And then we try to get it for them to do. So yeah, workshops as well that we provide them with. So yeah.
Do you ever like see someone just not show up for a few weeks and like find out they've been up to something crazy?
Yeah, no good. Yeah, that's happened a lot. Yeah,
happens a lot.
I haven't seen this especially young guy, young boy for a while, and he's come back. Like, I was in country. So a lot of the youth open up to me because they know I'm not gonna judge them, but I will give them advice. And it'd be like, yeah, I've been in country, blah blah blah. Which is, it's mad, but it's what's going on nowadays, isn't it? And how we dealing with this in terms of opportunities for the youth, I feel like are limited because people are selfish. So my goal is to provide a young person with opportunities to stop them from going to country for 5 bills or probably even less, by getting them into employment from a young age, and getting them on workshops, making them learn like new skills and stuff. So yeah.
So how do you give someone like that advice, like to hear a kid come back and just be like, yeah, just been conch, made 5 bills, probably ain't shout out and the madness. So.
The thing is, what attracts these youth nowadays is money, if I'm honest with you. So if I was to say to a young person, all right, cool, I'm going to put you on a workshop to learn how to cut hair, and you'll get paid on the job, they're going to do it because it's money involved, especially if they're passionate about it. And I say, I will match the money that you're getting from country, they will do it. And it's just also about the environment that they're in, which is another big thing, which a lot of the times don't help. But it's just providing them with opportunities. I feel like it's the big thing. What the next steps that I feel like I need to do next year is just getting a lot of them into employment.
One thing, I don't know the exact phrase, but one thing my mum always quotes is obviously it takes a village
to raise a child.
To raise a child.
Yep.
And I was gonna say, we as the black community, how can we help to raise our children and create a more positive environment for them, even the ones who are struggling?
If I'm honest, I feel like we're selfish as people.
Is that as black people?
As black
in-
people, if I'm
okay.
honest. I look at other races and I'm like, they have this and this in place. Where, like, if I'm honest, what do we really have in place? Even from when they're born, a lot of the races, like, they're set up. Their accounts, when they're 18, they're able to get a house or a car. And I feel like in the black community, obviously I would say we're at a disadvantage, but it's not an excuse. And I feel like if we was to work together, like, I feel like the sky's the limit. And I feel like it's just the next generation, man. Like, young kings and young queens are coming up behind us. And so it's like, what are we doing to inspire them or to get them on the right track? So I feel like as a black community, we need to be doing more, like much more. Even like, obviously, I used to work in a school. A lot of the parents are just lazy, man. The kids are getting up to their own devices. And obviously the climate that we're living in, obviously parents have to work so much hours and different jobs. So a lot of the times the youth are at home alone, up to no good. So it's like, what are we doing as a village to support these young girls and young boys?
So what would be the first step to collaborating more as black people?
Yeah, so I do a lot of community events for parents, just to get them out, because there's nothing and everything nowadays you have to pay for. So provide them with like hot meals and just trying to build a community together. So especially summertime, we do a lot of like events for the kids and just getting the whole community out, laughing, joking. And yeah, so that's what I feel like that needs to happen often, especially like workshops for parents that we put on as well. And just giving them that more support that they're struggling with. So yeah, because the government's not helping them, if I'm honest. So we have to.
So I just want to ask, because you work with young people,
Yeah.
and you've been through a lot of stuff yourself, and obviously people open up to you.
Yeah.
What's the worst thing you've heard from a child? Like, has anyone come back to you and said, "Oh my God, I can't believe I've done this," or
Yeah.
like you've seen them in the news or whatever?
I feel like loads of things, like especially self-harming. So this girl literally carved her whole arm, and it says, "I hate myself." I literally, it's mad. I think seeing one of my young people that I used to mentor, dead as well, in jail. And yeah, man, so for me, it was tough, obviously, seeing those stuff. It was like, used to do so much for that young person, especially the one that has died now. And it's just like, kind of puts you off. But it's like, I know there's, as I said, like, if I can save one, I've done my job. So it's just, I have to keep it going, man, and stay strong, because there's someone relying on me out there. So if I was to stop, then who knows?
And you said, did you say you have a son?
Yeah,
of your own?
6
So,
weeks
like,
now.
Congratulations.
Yeah,
I mean, like,
newborn.
with the, obviously now you got a son, someone who's going to need that strong father figure.
Yeah.
What kind of purpose and further purpose does that give you now for not only your own son, but all the others who also rely on you?
Definitely, it just motivates me to go harder, especially not having a father figure in my life.
Congratulations, by the way.
Thank you, man. Not having a father figure usually will tend to, like, you might follow the pathway, but for me, I've always wanted to be like, I don't want to be like my dad. I want to be better. So for me, for my son now, you can say I'm going to spoil him, but I'm going to give him everything that I've never had. So putting him, especially in a home that's a loving home, see me treat his mum like a queen. I feel like, and just setting him up in life, like, that's what motivates me, man. So yeah.
Sick.
Nice.
And obviously, where is it? You're 25 years old and married, right?
Yeah, got married
Talk to
at
us about
22.
that. Talk to us about married at 22.
Married
See,
at
we're
20.
22 right now.
Mad.
I'm
So-
23, bro. So I'm 23, bro.
22,
We're
man.
23, but talk to us about getting married and being black and so young married, because you never really hear married, black and young all in the same
Yeah.
sentence.
So yeah, proposed to her when I was 21. So literally when I came back from America, saved up for a ring, and then proposed to her in my church, and then 21st of August 2022 got married, which is like COVID season, but we still went ahead with it. And then from then, like, a lot of people ask me like, why are you getting married so young? Even to this day, like, they can't believe it. But for me, in life, like, I've always known what I want, and it's like, why waste my time? Especially, I know that I love this woman, and I can see myself being with her for the rest of my life. So I feel like it's just, for me, it's the best thing in the world. Obviously, relationships, there's obviously trials with it, but for me, it's just being that, especially that role model, that it can be done, and especially done the right way, and just treating her like a queen that she is, means the world to me. So
Do you feel like as well, seeing how your sister and mother were treated before motivates you to treat your wife
that's it.
way better
That's
as
it.
well?
Yeah. So, like, I would never ever put my hand on my wife, even raise my voice at her, like, never. And I feel like that's just in my past. And it's crazy because I was reading something the other day. So I usually follow your past, like what you've seen. But for me, it's just a motivation to be one day the best husband and the best father to my wife and my child. So I feel like there was purpose in the pain growing up, and which has helped me into the man I am today. So I'm kind of glad. I wouldn't actually change what I've been through when I was young. Now that I'm looking at it as a young man now, if I'm honest, it might sound mad, but honestly, it helps me.
And like being in the church, I'm guessing you've inspired many others to obviously want to follow the same path and get married, secure, and tight. And what advice would you give to the younger audience? Because the younger audience might hear that and be like, "What? 25 married?
I know.
Like, that's
2022,
2022 I'm married. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Like, yo, he ain't seen this either." And what's your simple response to that, to change their mindset on things and think you only need one woman?
There's good out there, man. Like, a lot of, especially women, just feel like, oh, guys are trash, but there are good people out there, and also that not everyone's timing is the same. So I mean by that, like, a lot of people tend to want to get into relationships because they're getting too old, but literally not everyone's time is the same. So it's just, man, it's just like,
The time was just right.
The time is just right, man.
And
So,
was you speaking to her while you was in America as well?
Yeah.
So
So
you
long
held
distance.
it down for 2 years?
Hard, but yeah, man. Like, a lot of my teammates be like, "Are you sure she's not cheating on you?" I'm like, try to put me off. I'm like,
I
nah.
can't, that's my first thought when it's long distance.
Of course. But
America, UK. How long's the flight? 10
8 hours, 9 hours.
Yeah.
Didn't see her once as well. So
And you guys were still speaking every day?
every day. So when I came back, I was like, yeah, I knew
She held it
she's
down.
the one. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I wasn't gonna let her just go by it. Like, so yeah.
You recently released a new book.
Yeah.
And was it Young King?
Young King, yeah.
Young King. And some of the reviews for this book, I'm going to read them out.
Yeah.
And some of them I was looking at them and I was like, so you recently went to a school as well?
Yeah.
I seen you do the sign-ups with the books and I was like, that was sick. How was that? Signing all the kids'
It's
books?
mad.
Because it's mad. Tell us about that, yeah.
So yeah, I went into schools, been into a few schools now to share my story. Primary schools about my book, so speaking to young boys. And yeah, it's just crazy. Like, obviously I've gone into schools just before to speak. That was just about my life, so just sharing this book. And my inspiration is about this, but obviously my son being born. So just pouring into him through words and affirmations. And I feel like, especially as young black boys, there's so much negative. And I feel like if I was to put something out there from a young age, to install in them, that they will remember at least one affirmation in that book, which could be enough.
So can you tell us one affirmation from the book? That was powerful, because I'm looking at the comments. The comments are like, I'm going to read some.
I am unique is a big one for me. Reason I say that, we tend, especially us young black boys, we want to be like so-and-so. We want the latest drip. But just being you is enough, man. Being different is a blessing. And it's not hard, but yeah, man, I think being unique is what will get you far in life. Just being different, innit? So
sick. So just to read a few comments from what people are commenting on the Amazon review list. So someone said, a great read, a great inspiring book to read to my boys. Definitely recommending purchasing this book for your young kids or your loved ones.
Yeah.
Another one was wonderful, well-written and illustrated book. The title says it all, Young King. The wording on each page is so powerful. The encouragement for young people is just so perfect. And a final one is absolutely amazing book for your young ones. It's so important to have representation for our little ones, and this book provides that. The affirmations are much needed for our young boys, and the imagery is friendly, colourful, and relatable for our young boys. Amazing job. Wonderful book. How does that make you feel?
Good, man. And especially because I took a whole year in terms of like planning it, and I weren't even going to pull it out. You know, you just get like put off, or I'm like, and then one day I was like, you know what, let me just do it. It's not about me, innit? As I said, I'm big on if I can touch one, then I've done my job, and I'm touching a lot of people. And it just shows it was meant to be. So yeah, man, it's an amazing feeling, especially it's been in the bestsellers since it's come out, and it hasn't come out of the bestsellers yet. So the numbers, I've sold about 500 copies so far.
And your first book?
Yeah, my first
Congratulations.
book. My first book, so thank you, man.
And then obviously going to the school, I'm thinking that must be school. I was seeing all the kids coming up, and I was like,
books. Even yesterday, I went Oxford Street, and I was just obviously doing crypto shopping. But I had my books on me. I was just giving them out to parents and stuff, and they was like, "Oh, it's like, do I have to pay?" Because nah, man, like this is for me to you Christmas time. So.
And obviously, you're obviously what you've been giving out to the community has been recognised by obviously Charles Jordan Trust.
Yeah.
And they recognise the nominees and many people. Yeah. So for yourself, how does it feel to know your work is being recognised in schools all across the community and in London? And obviously you found purpose then.
Yeah.
Something else other than football. Like, how does that make you feel that you went through all that pain?
It's surreal, man. And the thing is, I don't look for validation at all. Like, everything I do is genuine. I want to see the next generation really win and be better than me. So I'm really got a passion for young people, man. So yeah, I don't do it for validation. So just to see that people are looking at my work is amazing, and I'm doing something right. And yeah, I can see myself doing this for a long time.
Many more books to come?
Many books to come.
And if you could leave the people one message, especially the younger youth, what would that message be who were in the dark days?
You've got so much potential. Like, everyone, there's a gift in everyone. It's about seeking that gift. And it's about really, I don't know, it's so hard for them. Like, so it's like, for them, it's like they're in a box. But I want to encourage you that, you know, that the box that they try to put you in life, it literally is just, how can I word it? It's especially for me, I felt like I was in a box. But you have to really, really tap into what you want in life. Like, you can become anything. I always said it to young people, you can be anything in life. Like, who's stopping you? The only person literally stopping you is yourself. So for me, it's just telling them that, because who's really telling them they can be prime minister or the next? No one. I feel like we talk so much negative into these kids. And if we used to speak positive to them as a whole, they'll be unstoppable. So I feel like go after everything, man, that this life has for you, and that literally the world is literally your passport, man. You can go anywhere in the world and really become something. So yeah, man, that the area you're living in literally is just the area. Like, there's more to life than where you're from, and that you can become anything. So yeah, man.